What do you think about the argument of pound for pound, GOAT, whatever, between Jon Jones and Khabib, considering that Khabib's lost maybe 2 rounds in his life, he's never cheated, he's never had a flaw in his record, he's beat everyone he's ever fought, even in the rounds that he's lost, he's dominated and finished those fights, compared to someone who I think is a fantastic fighter, have all the respect for in the world, and Jon Jones, I think he could have been one of the greatest ever live, but 2 of those fights that are on his professional record are not wins due to cheating in 2 different ways, be it a disqualification, be it a drug test, and then he's lost many rounds. He's had controversial wins. He's had split decisions. What is your take on overall? Does he have a say in being a better overall fighter, do you think, than Khabib, or do you think Khabib did it? He clarified himself as the best. There's nobody putting their hands up right now saying that they want to fight Khabib.
When this question was initially asked, I actually said Jon Jones, but after I've been asked it a few times now, and after really diving into it and thinking about it, you pretty much just hit it right in the head. Like Jones has won some questionable decisions. The cheating, let's just take the cheating away. That's a big factor, but let's just take that away. Let's act like that's not there, which it is. But let's just act like it's not. Yeah, he's had a couple wins. Thiago Santos, Dom Reyes, these are both split decision wins. Khabib's lost 1-2 rounds, maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's really tough to argue. Really tough to argue that, and he's dominating. I mean, he's dominating guys. And I think his schedule has been a little tougher, to be honest. You know what I mean? The short answer is Khabib now. That would be my answer. But I initially said Jon Jones. But after thinking about it and really diving into it, I hate the pound for pound thing. I think it's so stupid. Yeah. But after really thinking about it, I would have to go Khabib.
Yeah, he brought out some strong points as far as Jon Jones, and he was fighting it pretty hard. But I just think, when you look at someone who's the greatest ever, or the pound for pound, or the GOAT, or whatever, I think once you decide to cheat, or once you cheat and get caught and get especially punished for it, that's like getting sentenced. If you're a felon, you can never unbe a felon. Do you know what I mean? Once you're sentenced for it, if you cheated and didn't get caught, that's one thing. But when you get caught twice and things are overturned, I think you're out of the question no matter what. I don't think there's a chance you should be able to come back and be. But this has nothing to do with you. And I just wanted to get your opinion as a coach and as a fighter. But what I did want to ask you about, I heard your side on the Joaquin Buckley thing, and I kind of, from what I know, I kind of support your being that I have a coach and being that I have fighters that want to come in and just spar and come train and do things like that. I wanted to get your side of that as well. I know you said it many times. Hopefully you don't mind repeating it again. But what is your side again on that Joaquin Buckley thing? He wanted to come in and just train, and for whatever reason, I know you have the choice, being a gym owner and a trainer, about whether somebody has what it takes to come in. You have that choice anyway. And then also these guys that just want to come in and spar all the time and be gym heroes. What's the story?
Yeah. So first of all, for me, reputation is everything. For example, if your name has ever been brought up in conversation, it's a small community. We all talk about each other. If your name's ever been brought up, I've never heard a bad word about you. Never, not one person has anybody ever said Mike's not a cool dude, whatever. In conversation, I have never heard anybody ever say a good word about Buckley, ever. And he's close to me. He lives 3-4 hours away from me. So that is just start that. He hits me up saying he wants to come spar. That's not how my gym works. I don't have any interest in part-timers. Guys don't just come in and out. You're either on my team or you're not on my team.
I agree
and
with
that's
that.
it's not a bad thing. It's just for what I want to do, it's not an option, right? You're either here or you're not. He just wants to come spar, and he basically wants to come fight people. I've seen that. We don't spar hard to begin with. So, and I can send you the screenshots if you want. He said there's bro code, so he can't post the screenshots. I'll send them right to you. I don't give a shit. He basically just said, he wants to come spar. I said, dude, that's not how it works here. He's like, well, how does it work there? I said, well, you're either on the team or you're not on the team. I really don't have any interest in taking on part-timers. You know what I mean? That's not what I want to do. I want to work with people and build, right? I don't, that's not. And he spouted off at the mouth saying something along the lines of well, it's obvious why you don't want me to come, because I do you and your whole team dirty or whatever. Good luck, though. I said, hold on a second, dude. I've been in the UFC longer than you've been fighting, kid. Nobody, if you think for 1 second that anybody here is afraid of you, you're crazy. And once again, I'm paraphrasing, but I'll send you the screenshots if you want to see them. And he kept getting lippy with me. So I was like, dude, I'll fuck you up. I'm, you know what I mean? Don't. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Set a fight up. If you want to come fight, I'll go back up to 85. I'm not an 80 fighter, but I'll fight him at 85. And he didn't like that, and it's been blown out of proportion, way bigger. Like that, I
Yeah.
just said that, and I said,
The
dude,
media
get the
threw
fuck
it.
on. Like I don't need you here. You reach out to me. I had 35 fighters on my mat yesterday morning. You had 4 in the picture you posted. I don't need you. You need me. So you know what I mean? Like you reached out to me, not the other way around. I never even asked for you. And he's just. It boils down to this. He's an asshole. I don't have patience for that, and that's not the culture of my gym. Everybody in my gym is here to help one another. We're not here to fight. We're not here to spar. We're here to get better every single day. He does not fit the culture of my gym. I have no desire to bring somebody like that with that attitude into my gym. I just don't. I don't need him. I don't want the attitude. I don't want that type of mindset coming into my gym. Like I've fought. And I've worked too hard to change the culture to a positive culture where everybody's trying to get better and everybody's trying to help each other. Like, why would I want to threaten that?
Yeah. And it sounds like from how he talked to you afterwards, the way he texts you and stuff, that he's not that kind of guy. And from someone who has a gym, so people that don't understand, I have a gym in Thailand, and we get people all the time that they want to do the same exact thing. We have guys like Manel Cap and big stars and guys that are up and coming and this, that, and the other, and they want to just come in and spar. And it's like, that ain't how it works. You don't just come in and spar our guys. There's a lot of variables there. You know what I mean? Like, we have a program, we have it set, and you as a coach, you're in charge of that. And these guys that want to come in, as you can see, I could have pretty much assumed what you said he told you afterwards was what he would say, because it's usually the same type of guys.
Yeah.
They want to come in and they just want to kind of spar around and test themselves and see where they're at, because they don't know. They're kind of insecure. And so I was just curious about your standpoint, and I wanted to defend you on that, because I agree with you, and I think that you made the right decision and being a good coach and sticking to your game plan no matter what. And
Thank you.
And it's funny because I can't even see what he said about you, because what you said in return to him is so big on the internet and it's so many pages. I can't even see the video of what he initially said that started this whole thing, because it's just all your responses.
And when's the last time you heard me say anything like that? When's the last time you heard me say anything like that to anybody? Like, I don't talk like that. You know what I mean? Like, I have a reputation. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it in this sport. Like, if I said something, like, since 2013, I've been in the UFC. Find another time where I've lied, where I've conflicted what I've said. Find anything. No, like, he's been kicked out of every gym in St. Louis. Nobody wants him there. And what really irritates me is he's trying to play this nice guy thing. Like, oh, I don't know why they don't want me there. You know exactly why, because you're a fucking mouthy asshole that nobody wants in there. That's why. But you're trying to play the victim, and that's what I just don't. I don't want that, man. Like, I'll defend that. Yeah. Anyway, you understand. I appreciate that, but I'll send you the screenshot so you can get a laugh out of it whenever you're done. But I don't want that, man. I don't need him here.
Knowing what you knew about him from that experience, and then you saw that crazy kick that he got, and then just the whole sport went crazy and turned head over heels for that kick and everything. How did you feel, like, as far as being that it was a person like that versus someone like yourself or someone else, that one of your guys or something?
Hey, man, good things happen to bad people. Happens all the time. Happens every day. It's life. I didn't lose a second of sleep over it. Good for him. Move on.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Like, what do I care? I don't. It was a great kick. I don't. It was awesome. I'll call a spade a spade. I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? It was a beautiful kick, man. Amazing kick against a guy that's never fought in the UFC. It was awesome. You know what I mean? That doesn't make you a good person, though.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I want you on my team.
Yeah.
So I really don't care what he does. It's about being a good person. It's about fitting my culture, man. And he doesn't fit it. So.
Yeah, I get it. Love to get a couple breakdowns from you. I'd like to know what you think about Dustin and Conor coming up.
That's a really, really intriguing matchup to me, man. Gosh, I can't pick that one, man. That's a really tough one. I feel like Conor is a sniper, man, but Poirier has changed the way he fights. I think his fight IQ has increased drastically since their initial fight. That's a coin toss to me, man. I can't pick that one.
Yeah, what about Khamzat Chimaev? Do you think that he's getting a little too much hype too early, or do you think he really is the real deal?
Yes. I think he's really good, but he ain't beating Leon.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
The fact that Leon's an underdog in that fight is whoever makes those lines should be embarrassed. Or I'm going to be embarrassed for saying that. You know what I mean? I'm not he's obviously really good. But to disrespect Leon like that is insane to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane, man. Like, I don't see it yet. Like, I'm not on that. I'm not sold yet. If he beats Leon, dude, you'll come back. I'll come back on the show and I'll apologize. You know what I mean? I'll public apology. I was wrong. You're great. You know what I mean? But I don't see it.
I'm with you. I see that being a hard fight. I didn't even know they were putting Leon as an underdog in that fight. I'm really shocked by that. I didn't even
He's
know
an
that.
underdog, bro. Plus 160 underdog starting out.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. I didn't realize that. I think it's gonna be a way tough fight for him. So yeah,
Of course.
I didn't realize that at all.
Yeah, Leon's a tough fight for anybody.
And what about Kamaru, being that you fought 170 and you're in the 70-pound division right now? Kamaru Usman, do you think he's going to be the king for a while, or do you think some of these other guys are going to be able to beat him? Who do you think's the best technically welterweight when it's all said and done? When you got Colby, you got Burns, you got Edwards, Masvidal with the full camp. Who do you think is going to be the last man standing here in the next couple months or few months?
Man, I think that I want to see him. I want to see him beat Leon and Gilbert. You know what I mean? I think Leon's a tough fight for him. There's definitely some interesting matchups, and I think Colby's a tough fight for him.
He's
Colby,
tough, yeah.
It was 2-2 in my book going into the fifth. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can interchange a couple of different those guys. It's all going to be on whose night. Usman is the man, no doubt, but there's some serious talent in that division.